the beautiful, fine Miss Bussey, man, Miss Shamika Bussey, CEO of Fine Arts by Bussey.
Fine Arts by Bussey.
I got my right hand man right here, Mr. Guru Hood, the Hood Guru Worldwide, and HoodGuru-T. Hey man, we got a good one, man. We got a good one for y'all, man. We just gonna start out, man. Miss Bussey, tell them a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
Well, I was originally born in Würzburg, Bavaria, Germany, but my dad's in the military. Their hometown's Macon, but we lived like in Florida. I lived in Michigan, also Savannah, Georgia, where I went to Savannah State, and got my bachelor's degree in communications, and I have a master's in psychology. And my favorite thing to do as far as work goes, because I do like to keep a job, is social work. And I normally, if I don't have a steady job, I'll go work for the USDA, the Cotton Division here in Macon. And yeah, I do like a pop-up shop, and I do vending events and things of that nature.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a minute. Like, you being born in Germany, though.
My mom was done having kids, and she had me when her tubes were tied. So
I'm like meant to be here type situation.
Yeah, she was sad about it, but
you was the gift of gab.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You know, pretty cool story. But yeah, so my dad was in the military, and she was with him, and they moved to Texas. We moved here from Jacksonville, Florida, actually, when I was a kid. What? So I spent most of my childhood starting off like out on 247, like Hartley Bridge Road area. And so it's kind of difficult. You see a lot of people that have these friends that have been lifelong friends, but it kind of different when your family, and we were like, my sisters and I, we were friends.
Well, I'm here to tell you, not interrupt. You don't know.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to chime in on that myself, because they ones, I mean,
it's probably why I'm a loner, like I'm a natural loner.
They're just this person because you feel their way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of came up in that sense. So the only way I can describe it, like a superhero, they know they kind of like your superpower.
Right.
Knowing that you don't mind being alone.
Yeah.
Right. You can survive on your own.
Right. And you can go different places and cultivate still.
But at the same time, I mean, me, myself, personally, friendship is cool. But, sometimes just having some real strong associates will take you so much
Amen.
further.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree. Like me, I'm like the type of person, I'm sprinkle like birthday cake confetti. Like, and I know a lot of different people from all walks of life. Like, I'm not like ever like in a clique with anybody, and I don't get into people's personal problems. Like the relationship I have with you wouldn't ever cross over with something you have going on with somebody else. So sometimes being your own best friend is good, and you still can socialize and be around people that have the same like mindset. And some people like me, I'm what they consider like an ambivert by terminology. Like I can socialize, but I have to spend 99.9% by myself technically.
Okay, hold on. Say that again.
An ambivert is too much people in, too much, you know, and then I don't want to lose focus, because sometimes, especially as you know, like in business, people have ideas of what they want you to do, but you can lose yourself trying to help somebody else and not focusing on what, you don't see Nike over there doing compilations and stuff with Adidas. Okay. They're two separate entities. But we gonna wear Adidas when we feel like it, or we're gonna wear Nikes when we feel like it. I've seen that happen. Let me tell y'all this quick little thing. I noticed some stuff. Even people with their clothing brand. Now we'll have friends in our circle. You can't keep wearing their stuff more than you wear your own stuff.
True.
Just a little nugget. And this one took me probably like 8 hours. Like I didn't stop until I got done. But this is like freehand where I only drew a circle and the lines of.
And that's Bob Marley?
Yeah, and this is abstract by Marley.
That is a dope painting.
So sometimes I don't get finished with an artwork. You know,
for people who may want to purchase that, what are you selling that for?
This one is $400. So if you want to purchase it, you know, that's the
only $400, guys.
You know where support, well, not support, but friendship for me comes from support.
Yeah, support.
That's how you know who really for you.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to support, when it comes down to my success, and you feel like I owe you something, but you never, not one time contributed to anything that's going on.
Preach.
But man, success. Like I say,
it's definitely a topic. Like
success is everything we say it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit with nobody, Miss Bussey. I don't want to sit here with you, love, and hear you say how everything just been peachy and you know what I'm saying. I'm just at the top of my game and no, we normal people.
Yeah.
We everyday people. We still work.
We have lives. Like we have real battles in our lives with our families.
Exactly.
And if you think that you should just ride off, like I like to be a person before an artist or before I own my own art business. You know, I always say if I even make a mistake and be like, well, I'm an artist, I'm like, well, let me run it back. My name should be good. You know, blah blah blah. Because some people let what they do precede them, and then some people have an attitude as though you're supposed to know who they are. My attitude is I wake up every day like don't nobody know who the fuck I am, so I'm gonna get out there and grind in that manner.
I don't care where you get to in life. Anytime you
that one personally.
Yeah,
I really do.
This one is, we'll bring it a little closer because the light is on it. So
they couldn't really see it.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. And I guess you could edit it out. However, but yeah, this Nipsey Hussle. This is a 30 by 40 canvas, and I think this one, time wise in hours, it probably like 24 hours. But the time that it took me to actually get it done probably was like within 2 months time. Because at one point I was working 7 days, like literally 7 days a week scheduled work at my job. So I didn't have time to go back and start. But I would say hour wise, and it's spray paint and also acrylic, and it's mixed media because of the jewels and the scarf. So anytime it's not just straight paint like acrylic or oil paint, once you start adding different things to it, it's considered to be mixed media art. And also like his earring here.
I see that. Yeah, it's very detailed. I like that.
Yeah, so
it is very detailed. Even the braids, you did a great job with that.
Yeah, and see, my style of painting, I consider myself to be like a hyper painter, because you can see like my brush strokes. I do some blending, but I really just paint on how I'm feeling, and some stuff don't deserve to me to be smoothed out. It needs to, like, I like energy, and I like to have energy like in my artwork. Since I was a kid, I say for me, art has always been something that I was drawn to. When I was little, my grandma would save the Sunday's paper. I would draw like foxtrot and stuff like that. Like I always kind of was off in my own world. Like I be doing creative stuff like painting fish house on the porch with bricks and newspaper, like, you know, just off whatever.
So foxtrot.
Foxtrot, like out of the comic paper.
We ain't finna just skip over foxtrot.
Garfield.
Yeah. Okay. So Garfield.
Yeah.
Foxtrot, here another cartoon.
Foxtrot is a cartoon that would come out in the comics every Sunday.
Alright, so what you said about fish?
Yeah, like that was just something I would imagine to pretend that I was working at the fish house. Just, you know.
What, like selling fish? No, let's talk about this.
Yes, when I was, like we had a big porch.
This is a huge imagination.
No, I love it.
I'm gonna tell you what we used to do.
What?
you just made me think about how we used to play I Declare War. And we used to build houses with the cars.
So
that's what you made me think about when you said
yeah.
I believe everybody, as a kid, at some point in time, had a little artistry in them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, that's kind of implemented, really.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, when you go to restaurants to this day,
yeah.
when they give you a kid's menu,
they
got crayons and, you know what I'm saying? So
we taught that in school. That part.
Right. Like, art. You feel me? So, you know, and some people stick to it. Like, you got some people that would, I feel like I was pretty good with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's something I just never stuck with. And like they say, man, with the school system, there's a lot of things that's just not really taught. You know what I'm saying? Of how big certain things actually.
So, I'm gonna ask y'all, do y'all know who this is?
I don't.
Man, Curtis Blow, man.
Curtis Blow, the first rap artist to ever be signed to a record label, a major record label, which is Universal Records. And that's why I made the Lifeline, because he wasn't the first rapper ever. He was not. He was just the first rapper to get signed to a major record label, which made it...
was he the first African American to ever get signed?
Yeah, the first rapper, period.
No, first rapper.
Rapper, period. So that opened the door for every other rapper that came under him, you want to say, so to speak, to be signed to labels for rap to be relevant in the main industry, because at that time rappers were just independent and they probably was bebopping, you know, whatever.
And what are these two pieces going for? This one right here and then the one in the back. What are they going for? What are you selling these pieces for?
Who? The Nipsey Hussle? Curtis
Blow and Nipsey Hussle. You didn't put a price on
that. Yeah, Nipsey's not for sale yet. Well, he is, but not. I changed my mind. Not for sale yet.
I respect it. You know, what's your reason behind it?
Just because I'm not ready for it to be gone. I wasn't ready for Prince to be gone. I had painted Prince. And
I seen that.
He was gone, but that one's $400.
But you know, you gotta let it go, because you know that's the best promotion you can ever get.
Well, that's the whole purpose of me sharing my gifts. It'd be kind of pointless. If God gave me a gift where I could monopolize off of it,
right? Not
to, you know, I can't get attached to this stuff. Even though I can't to the point where I don't sell it. But yeah, so the song "These Are the Breaks" is a pretty popular song, and I made the Lifeline like you know, he's just giving birth to the possibility of the rappers becoming getting on the major record.
That one right there hit different. I like how you got that.
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe I had. It's like real calm.
It's intense though, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's even more intense than the Nipsey.
Yeah, it looks really good on the camera. But anyhow, this one's called Soul Food, and it glows in the dark. It's pretty dope. And this is oil and acrylic. So this is oil, acrylic, and paint marker, which is pretty cool because it's kind of like a liquid pour, and it has a marble look. But I wanted to do a different type of giraffe other than the color that it is. But that's a type of style that I do. And this frog, this glows in the dark too. This is an African tree frog. And like I said, if you want it to glow indefinitely, you just mount a black light near it and it stays.
Or sit it in the sun.
Days I'll be like that. Like I'll paint 5 paintings in one day, you know. But that's those are all acrylic. It's straight acrylic paint. Nothing else in between. But the cool thing about painting is like with acrylic paint, it dries real fast, but we have to paint in layers. So like all of these incorporate the background of the painting. They're actually in the elephant as well. So like the background is intentionally left open, where you can see some of the green parts. Same thing with this. Like you can see the background. But I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. So do you have these on display somewhere on social media?
No, actually I paint in my kitchen, and I don't formally have like a public building, say where it's in a public area, any art that I sell, I can either ship it to someone or they meet me. Like we'll arrange a meeting location, public safe location, and they'll get their art that way. And like if somebody wants me to paint for them, they just pay me the deposit. After I send them a list of sizes, we go from there. They let me know what their idea is, and I have to have creative control. If not, then I'm not the artist for them. If they see how I paint, I hope not to disappoint them. You know, normally they say they saw some of my artwork and then they want me to paint something for them, and they're normally satisfied. I mean, but who's to say I could get a customer that doesn't feel that way? But if so, I would hope that I would handle it in a professional manner.
So for the people who see this online, if they want to just see an example of your work, can they go to
yes.
Your social media and see it?
Yeah, they can go mainly on my Instagram.
And so if you don't mind, please give me your Instagram again.
Yeah, my Instagram is FA capital F capital A Bussey's BUSSEY on Instagram. And on Facebook, if you want to find my art page, it's Fine Arts by Bussey. LLC, limited liability company. We charge anywhere from $25 to $30 an hour, depending on how many options you want to have. And when I do the face painting I've done it for like at least 3 kids' parties. Even if the kids want something that's not on the list, I'll still do that. One cool one that I did, this little boy asked me to paint Pop Smoke on his face, and it was so funny that he asked me that. I challenged myself because this is basically a portrait that I'm painting on his face, and I know he's gonna go sweat and it's gonna go away. But anyhow, I did it within probably like 15 minutes. So I use oil-based face paint, which comes off like with baby oil, and you can just wash it with your regular body soap or whatever you use. But I do an hourly rate, and I just do 2 hours because 2 hours is a good amount of time I have the kids come back, some leave. I do adults' faces, so I do that too. And I do live paintings. If you want to book me for live art to be done at a venue, and I do art classes. If you want a class in doing art, I could do that too.
Oh, like tutorials.
Yeah. And I just want to shout out to, all the amazing artists that I know. Too many to name, but
you can name a few.
Well, I can name
if you want to.
Okay, well, I want to name a couple that I have learned things from. Randy Hart, Tierra Gross, Tierra Pons, Rhonda Miller, Whitney Bennett. I learned a lot from a lot of people. Johnny Mo. I wasn't gonna say his name, but I probably was gonna mess up the last name. So Johnny Mo, Allison, Lynn Love, Belinda, D-Sto. He's not a painter, but he's a photographer. But I learned little nuggets from them. It's not about Angela. She's a wonderful artist too. Shout out to Rick Greer, the owner of Triumph Arts. He's always helping artists any way he can, because he even came out to the Douglas Theater last night when I had my storytellers moment.
I'm just not finding out about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it was wonderful, and that was something different. Non-artists, Julia Rubens is awesome. Another photographer, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of names. Matthew, it's like a lot of wonderful people,
We appreciate y'all for tuning in, family. Hood Guru Worldwide with Fine Arts by Bussey. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
And thanks to Azalea's Event Center. Larry Wilson is the owner of this establishment. It's located here at 3804 Pinona Avenue. He does book weddings, birthday parties, things of that nature. So if you're interested, you give them a call at 478-719-7836. And if I said it too fast, just pause it, rewind it, and we're out of here. Thank you.